Okay, so I saw somebody ranking Legacy of Gods books, and I wanted to do it. Also, God of Pain is upside down, and I don't know why it's upside down. So starting with Lisa Retriever, and I am including Kiss the Villain in this because, you know, he is a heathen, and when I will redo this in a few months when Hunt the Villain is out, and we have on. But for now, in 7th place, we have God of Pain. This is Crate and Annika. I felt this book was just lacking something, and I don't know what it was lacking. I think both of the main characters were a little bit annoying, and I just didn't connect with them as much as I connected with the other ones. It's not a bad book. I do still give it like a 3.5, 3.75. I just think that the rest are better. And then one that I have actual issues with, number 6, God of War. This book would have not happened if Eli King had just listened to Ava's fucking doctors. So this is God of War. It has Eli and Ava. Ava has a lot of mental health issues, and her doctors are saying, listen, this is what's gonna be best for her. And the amount of times that Eli King says, no, I'm her husband, I know what's best. You're not a fucking professional. Let the professionals help her. And then your wife wouldn't have spiraled into what she spiraled into. Not do you have any spoilers? But I didn't dislike this book. I liked this book. I just wanted him to shut up. And then 5. Now 4 and 5 are very close for me, and these again, these are like 5 stars for me. The first 2 were the only 2, like there was a 3.5 and a 4. These are all 5s. They're just, I rank really high, okay. 5, we have God of Wrath, and this is Jeremy and Cecily, and I really do love them. And I love them. I thought Cecily was just the teeny tiniest bit annoying at times, which docked her a little bit, but I did really love this book, and I loved the way it went. I loved all of the things. I just wished that Cecily would shut up about Landon at times. Like, especially at the beginning of the book, I just wanted her to shut up about Landon. So, and then 4, we've got the book that started it all, for me at least. I mean, it started the Legacy of Gods, but it also started my Rina Kent journey. This is God of Malice, book 1. This is Killian and Glendon. I love an unhinged, unapologetic, unrepentant, horrible person, and that is Killian Carson. He's kind of a terrible person, and I kind of love that. This is the Bloom Books version, so the cliff scene is very much so they added a bunch of stuff in to make it more dub-con and not as much non-con. But this is a great book, and it was my introduction. I dived in deep and into it. And now, number 3, we have our newest edition, the one that's not actually Legacy of Gods. This is Kiss the Villan, Gareth and Caden. This was very controversial. A lot of people didn't like this. I loved it. I loved Gareth. I did agree with the idea where people were like, you had the chance to do something different with one of your men, and then she didn't. But I loved it regardless, and I loved them, and I loved the way that their relationship progressed. I loved the double bi awakenings, and I just thought this was Chef's Kiss, beautiful book. And now, Sokolov siblings, here to win. Number 2 is God of Ruin. I love Landon King. I love that he is just an unrepentant narcissist. I would hate this man in real life, but in a book, I absolutely love that this man loves nobody more than himself. And then he meets Mia. And this is Landon and Mia. Mia is the only person that he loves more than himself. And I just think there's something beautiful about that. And then, of course, I've said this is my favorite book a million times. It's no surprise that number 1 is God of Fury. Brandon, Landon's twin brother. So Brandon and Nikolai. This was the first full-length novel I ever read, and it was my favorite book of 2025. This was an incredible book, and I still think about this book. It still lives rent-free in my head, and I absolutely adore this book. So that is me ranking Legacy of Godsman. I will come back in a few months when Hunt the Villain comes out, and I will add it to that.